Hello guys, and welcome back to the classroom and welcome back to my channel. Uh, I'm going to continue the series of when to exit your trade using the SSL Hybrid. Now in the previous video, I gave a foundation of using the No-Nonsense Forex rules. So go back to watch those videos, that video, so you can kind of get an idea of, to get the foundation. Now, this is again in response to a question on my Don't Break Your Trading Plan Rules GBP odd continuation entry that I posted on my homeschool channel. And I had someone ask, well, how do you exit? And I believe it's related to the SSL hybrid strategy. But I decided to break this answer up over several different videos because I can't just give you in one word. I wish I could. It really depends, right? So I'm actually going to show you something special today. I'm going to first show you the Heiken Ashi candles exit. And you're like, that is not my question. But if you watch VP, if you follow him, No Nonsense Forex method, he says that, the only time he recommends using a Heiken Ashi candles is for staying in the trend, right? For recognizing the trend once you get in the trade, staying in, and you can use that as an exit. But of course, he said, find something that's better than that, right? So I'm going to show you the Heiken Ashi candles part first so you can see what we're comparing it to. And each time I go through these different options, I'm going to show you the Heiken Ashi comparison. All right, so we're going to do a split screen thing going forward with the rest of these videos. So we have the SSL hybrid on our chart. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the SSL hybrid exit arrows. All right, so if you notice right here on my chart, you see that I have an exit arrow here on the bottom of the baseline. This exit arrow is pointing up. So what is it telling you? It's telling you that if you're selling, it's giving you an indication to get out of your sell. It's really saying exit the sell. And I can prove it to you because when I click on the alerts, oh, that's right, I keep forgetting. I can't do it in replay mode. So I won't be able to do that to show you that, guys, because I'll have to set this whole thing up. But if you click on the alerts, SSL Hybrid has an alert that says, it'll say exit by exit sell. It's talking about these arrows, right? Also, we double click on SSL Hybrid and you go to style. You can turn these off and on. So if you're not even using the arrows in your trading system, you don't even have to have it on. But we actually use the arrows as a sign as our C1. So that's our entry option. But of course, if it's telling us to enter, it's also telling us to exit. Kind of the way we think about it. So let's say we have this entry and we decided to take this trade. And if I double click on it, this is actually a real trade. It actually really works. It meets all of our criteria. And so now we would stay in this trade and we would wait for the exit arrow. So if we waited for the exit arrow, we would get out of this trade. Okay, I'm actually going to show you the difference in the profit and all that kind of stuff. We're going to use the same scenario through each one. So if you're recording this, you know that this would have been, if we exited when this told us to, we would have made 501 pips on the second trade. The first trade would have made something as well because it would have hit the first ATR and closed. And so that 1% would have been whatever that first trade is. The second trade would be the other 1% would be 501 pips. You don't know what I mean? Go back to the previous video. Okay, I kind of go over the trade 1 and trade 2 entries. Now let's compare this to the Heikin Ashi. So I'm going to do like this. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to bring it central. And my Heikin Ashi, I just turned it green so we can see when I talk about Heikin Ashi, I'm talking about the green and purple candles. Okay, so let's look here. When would the Heikin Ashi have told us to exit? It would have told us to exit at the exact same place. As you see, we have flat bottoms, which means we are in a strong uptrend. We do have some indecision. And I always say you only have three types of candles. You have bullish Heikin Ashi, which have the flat bottoms. You have bearish Heikin Ashi, which have flat tops. And then you have indecision candles. No matter what color they are, they have wicks at the top and the bottom. We call them shadows. So when you get in your trend, so let's say you got this trade over here on the blue side, enter the trade. And then you go to the top of your chart and you change the bar style to Heikin Ashi. So on this side, as you see, the bar style is candles, right? Let's say on my split screen on this side, I change it to Heikin Ashi, as you can see. So it looks different. These candles look different, right? So notice how, like I said, it goes up and we have no signal to get out of the trade. No signal. Boom, until we get this right here. So the arrow told us to exit on the SSL Hybrid, and this told us to exit here. That's all I want to show you when it comes to that. Now I'm going to show you a sell side, right? I'm going to show you what it looks like if we are selling. Now we're looking at the opposite scenario when you're selling, right? So we have the exit arrow that told us to get out of the buy, and it's telling us now we're going to take it as a sell. So when I double click, you can see everything lines up for us to sell. So now when we sell, we keep selling. We don't have an exit arrow until down here. So we started selling May the 2nd, May 31st. We have an exit arrow. So let's mark and see how many pips we got. So we got out here and we got 500. Oh my God, that is crazy. I had no idea that I was going to say 501.4. That's exactly what the other one said. I promise you I did not plan that. I did not know. I did not even know that. That is weird. All right, I'm done with that. I'm done saying that. I'm not going to say nothing else. That's weird though. So as you see, we didn't get an exit signal. And let's look at the Heiken Ashi and see what Heiken Ashi would have showed us, right? So Mr. and Mrs. Heiken Ashi, what would you say? I don't know if it's a Mr. and Mrs. I just threw that out there. Why I gotta be a boy? Why I gotta be a girl? I don't know. I just said it. Okay, so Heiken Ashi. So what did you tell us to get out of it? So let's say we had gotten this sale on the left-hand side in this red candle. Remember I told you, once you get in there, you can switch over to the other side. And now let's see when it tells us to exit. So if we follow along here, we're going to turn this right here. Blue, yeah. I don't know why I have it. It should be blue. Okay, it should be blue. So this one tells us the exit at the... well, I'm actually going to go through this a little bit better. This one gives us 2 exit signals. 3. So we would have got in, we trade, we got an exit signal here. All right, it's the opposite color. If you take the color as your exit, opposite color. We also got an exit signal here. Opposite color is weak, but we got one. And then we got an exit signal here. All right. But this is before we got the arrow on the Heiken Ashi. So on Heiken Ashi, if we're just using the Heiken Ashi, not arrows, this is when you would exit. All right. Now, you had three exits. So which one do you take? Oh my gosh, it's so confusing, right? Well, I'll tell you this. If you had just held on and waited for your exit signal on this one, you would have stayed in the trade longer. Not always the case, I guess, but you would have stayed in the trade longer. Had you exited with the Heiken Ashi, you would have got a little more pips, to be honest with you, if you had waited for the arrow, but the actual color is what you got out of it. And I'm sorry, I just confused you, but with Heiken Ashi, we're just looking for a color change, okay? So I showed you how to exit with the SSL Hybrid arrows, okay? That is a way to exit the trade using their exit arrows, and that's what I said I was going to talk about in this particular video. There is another way. Some people use a flip. So some people go to the SSL Hybrid and they turn on SSL, show SSL 1, and they exit when there's a flip. So here we go. We're still trading here. And if you use the flip, SSL 1 flip, then you would not exit this trade until right about this point, because this is where this line flips and goes below this line. You see that? I'll actually even turn the flip line a different color. I'll turn SSL to purple, right? And I'll turn it, I don't want to use green. I'll use dark blue. All right, so now you know what I mean by flip. So now as you see, it flips here. And so this is when some people would have gotten out. And now let's see the difference. So had you waited for the flip, you would have been at 473 pips. Okay, so you would have lost some, but it's what it is. What was this? I had 504.1. I 501.4. I just can't believe that. I hit that on the knot, on the head, right? All right, so yeah, so let's see. So that's when you would have got out of that one. You would have exited this one on this flip. Here's back to the other one that we were. You would have exited on this flip, and you would have lost some pips again if you had waited for the flip. So just want to show you that, you can do what works for you. Some, depends on what you need to see visually. But if you use the arrows, that's when you get out of the trade. So for you, if that's all you want to know about the SSL Hybrid exit strategy, great. I'm glad you watched this particular video. I do highly recommend that you continue to watch the rest of them, because at least watch the trailing stop one, because that will also involve the SSL hybrid. I'm sorry, watch the next one too, baseline cross and the trailing stop. That gives you 1, 2, 3 ways to exit. And these exit arrows will be good because they help you prevent from hitting your stop loss. And they also, yeah, they help get you out of the trade. I would say if you're going to, if it's going the wrong direction, and let's say you took a sale and all of a sudden it's starting to buy, um, and it's going, so you're going the wrong direction, you kind of want to have these on your chart to make sure that you don't, like I said, it doesn't go hit your stop loss. You kind of, it'll give you an idea to let you know maybe you were wrong. Like if you decide to take this sale right here and you got this buy here, you're wrong, right? You were wrong. Get out. You're wrong, right? So it's a good way to like know when the trade is going against you, when to get out. So maybe you took this sell and you thought it was selling. You said, okay, it's not too bad. And then the next day you get this buy signal. You probably want to get out because it's going to hit your stop. Your stop is going to be up in here somewhere. Even though you might have been right and eventually it's going to turn around, you're wrong right now. It's not time for it. So yeah, use the exit arrows if you want to get out. Compare them to the Heiken Ashi. You can use that as well. And that's all for this video. In the next video, we're going to go to talk about the baseline cross and close on the opposite side. Please subscribe if you like this kind of content, if you like my channel, if you want me to continue to provide this stuff for free to you guys and not just kind of like keep it private, because I do have some private videos that are just for my students, and I can open this type of stuff to the world if you guys, request it and support. Also hit like if you like this video so it can be picked up by the algorithms and be shared, and again gives me the indication that I am doing something right. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the question. And I will see you guys in the next video and in the classroom. Talk soon. Bye now.